I want to take the opportunity to talk about net neutrality, considering that last week news came out from the federal courts about the ongoing case against the FCC and the GPI and all that bullshit that we now got to fucking deal with. I personally decided one day, probably because of masochism, to read the Federal Communications Act, and there's no way in hell that internet service providers are not considered a common carrier. They do not have editorial privileges. They do not create content. You have to be a hand in creating the content in order to have a hand in editorializing it. Or you could steal someone else's content, say it's yours, which they're not doing either. This fucking shit show is just it's really another way that American people are getting fucked. And personally, I don't see how anybody would think this is a good idea. This just goes to show you that rich people are no different than anybody else and that they're just as stupid as the rest of us. Difference is, they have the resources to fuck over more people with their stupidity than the average person. Personally, I think net neutrality should be handled at a municipal level. Just like every city takes care of their own roads, every county takes care of their own roads, every state has their own roads. That's what these are. It's called the internet highway or whatever fucking other euphemism you want to use for a reason. This is a utility that allows things to travel from one place to another. It's that fucking simple. I still don't understand what crack people are smoking to say that the repeal of net neutrality is a good thing. It's like the same idea of why anyone, even a Jeep Pie, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's doing it for a fat paycheck, but if he actually did use his brain for something other than a fucking doorstop, would think that this is a good idea. You're giving people the right to hurt you. That's really what it is. I mean, sure, a GPI came out and said, you know what, the ISPs can do whatever they want, including tomorrow, blocking out all content about me, and, I mean, me saying as if I were a GPI, and act like I don't exist anymore. They could prevent a GPI from getting to his banking information, not being able to access any of the money of that fat paycheck he's probably going to get. Do you see how fucking stupid this notion is? I think it's enough said on that.